So in our last class we have discussed about the relations. Now in the last class our last topic was domain and range. So today also we will start from the same topic, domain and range. Now it is important, the two words domain and range are important. So first of all we will see what is range and domain. Now see, this is the definition: the set of all the first elements of the ordered pair in a relation R from a set A to a set B is called the domain of the relation R. Now see, what is R? R is a relation, and the elements of R are of ordered pair of the type ordered pair. That means they have minimum two elements. Now if you collect all the first elements of the ordered pair and that collection if you represent in the form of a set, that set will be called as the domain of the relation R. So for example, suppose, see, this is domain, and the next definition is the set of all the second elements in a relation R of the set A to a set B is called the range of the relation R. Now, for example, suppose you have a relation R, like R is equals to 1, 2, and the second element is suppose 2, 3. Then you have one more element like 4, 5. Now, if you read this first line, it is said that the set of all the first element. Now, if you consider this relation R, what are the first elements for this relation R? The first elements, that means the first element of this ordered pair. What are the first elements? Anyone can give me the answer? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, yes. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes. So what are the first elements of this relation R? What are the first elements? 1
One,
One, two,
and
and four.
4.
Two, four.
Four.
So if you write this, the first element 1, 2 and 4 in the form of a set. See here I have written the elements 1, 2, 3 under the curly bracket. That means it is a set. So this particular set is known as the domain of this particular relation R. So is it clear? So always remember, the collection of first elements of a relation are known as the domain. Now see the second line. The set of all the second elements in a relation R are called the range of the relation R. Now for the same particular set R, this relation R, what are the second elements?
2, 3, 5.
2, 3, 5. So if you write 2, 3, 5 in the form of a set, it will represent the range of this particular relation R. Now is it clear what is a domain and what is a range? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, see, the whole set B is called the codomain of the relation R. Now, see, there is a difference. The whole set B is called the codomain of the relation R. Now, for domain and range, we are taking elements from the relation itself. Okay, but for this relation R, suppose we have two sets like set A is 1, 2 and so on. The last element is 6, and we have another set B whose elements are 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Last element is 10. Now see the last line, the whole set B is called the codomain of the relation R. Now if you consider the whole element B, this set is known as the codomain. But Range is some particular element second from the second set B. Now see what is the range. The range is 2, 3 and 5. Now 2, 3 and 5. See, for range we have not selected all the elements from the second set B. We have selected some particular elements. So that particular elements are the range, and the whole set B is known as the codomain. Is it clear? So this is a codomain and range are two different topics. So range and codomain. Okay. Is it clear? Hello? Is it
Yes,
clear?
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Suppose
ma'am.
you have one more example. Suppose you have one relation like A comma B. Then there is another element like A comma C, and there are some more elements starting with E comma F, and the last one is E comma A. Now tell me what is the domain of this particular relation R? What is the domain? Domain means the collection of first elements of the relation. So in this relation, what are the first elements?
A, E.
A and E. So for domain, I will write domain is equals to, within curly bracket I will write A and E because they are the first elements of this ordered pair for the relation R. Now next is, what is the range of this particular relation R? What is the range? Range is the collection of the second elements.
B, C, F.
Huh? What? What?
A, V, C, F.
A, B, C, F. Yes,
C, F.
correct. A, B, C and F. So clear?
B, comma.
Yes, B comma A comma B comma C and F. So this is range and domain. Now, okay. Suppose you have two sets A and B. Suppose A is the set of all the alphabets of all the letters of the English alphabet, and B is the set of all the vowels of the English alphabet. Now you have a relation R such that the elements are of this form: A, comma A. Then next element is A, comma I. Then there is another element like B, comma O, and one more element like C, comma U. Now tell me the range, the domain, range and codomain for this particular relation R.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes?
Ma'am, a student is trying to join.
Okay, wait. Okay, I have unlocked the meeting so they can join. Okay. Now tell me the domain, range and codomain for this particular example. Hello? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes, ma'am.
Uh,
for domain
domain
A,
A.
V, and C.
Okay. A, B and C. Okay, correct.
For
Domain
range for A,
A, I, O,
I,
U.
O, U.
A, I, O, U. Yes, correct. And what is the codomain?
B, ma'am.
B. Okay,
Set
correct.
B.
So domain, then range is equals to, range is A, I, O, U. A, comma I, comma O and U. And codomain is equals to the whole set B. So I think all of you are clear about this concept, domain, range and codomain. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now see, this topic is important for your exam because there may be some questions like suppose you have given one relation R. From this relation you have to find the domain range of that particular relation. Okay, I think if it is a MCQ then the options will be given. If it will be your written exam then you have to find. So I think all of you can solve this type of questions, domain, range and codomain. Okay. So you will get some more examples on this topic from your NCERT book class 11, and you can solve some similar type of problems from R.D. Sharma's class 11 maths book. Now see, R.D. Sharma's class 11 maths book is free. You can download that book and you can solve. There are so many workout examples you can just practice. And that NCERT book also you can download for free, so you can download and you can go through this concept. Okay, so next is the set of all the first elements of the ordered pair in a relation R from a set A to a set B is called the domain. So this is the formal definition of domain. So you can write this definition. Suppose you have the question is like this: define domain of a relation R. So you have to write this line: the set of all the first elements of the ordered pairs in a relation R from a set A to the set B is called the domain of the relation R. So next is the definition of range and the definition of codomain. Now this point is important. You can note down this, that range is always a subset of codomain. So this point is important. Range is always a subset of codomain. Now can anyone tell me why range is always a subset of codomain? Any idea why I have written this line? If you have any idea, you can tell me. Range is always a subset of codomain. Hello? Am I audible? Hello?
Can hear you.
Okay. So range is always a subset of codomain. Why? Because see, from the definition of codomain, it is clearly given that the whole set B, that means the whole set B is the codomain. But the definition of range says that some particular elements of the second set, that means codomain, are range. So see, range are some particular elements from codomain. So that's why range is always a subset of codomain. Is it clear? Codomain means whole set B. But for range, we have collected only those elements which are related to some elements from the set A. So that's why range is always the subset of a codomain. So next, this is one example. Let set A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now define a relation R from the set A to the set A by, see, the relation is, the definition of a relation is like this: R is equals to x, y. That means the relation R contains the ordered pair x and y, where the relation between x and y is equals to always x plus 1. Now the set A are 1, 2, set A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and the relation R is xy, where y is equals to x plus 1. Now first of all, depict this relation using an arrow diagram. Now I think in our previous class we have discussed about the arrow diagram, how to draw the arrow diagram. So here also today also we will discuss the arrow diagram. Next, write down the domain, codomain and range of R. So solution, by the definition of this particular relation, this is the definition we will get. See, R is equals to 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6. Why? Because see, the relation is like y is equals to x plus 1. Now what is x? X I can choose any number from this set. Suppose I have taken x is equals to 1. So in place of x I have taken 1. So 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. So whenever I choose 1 in place of x, my y will be 2. Similarly, next I have taken the value of x as 2. So 2 plus 1 is equals to 3. So the value of y is equals to 3 where x is equals to 2. So 2, 3. Next I have taken x is equals to 3. So I will get 3 plus 1 is equals to 4. So 3, 4. Similarly 4. Then 4 plus 1, 5. 5. When x is equals to 5, I will get, see, 5 plus 1 is equals to 6. Next, up to 5 I have taken. Next, I will take x is equals to 6. Then the value of y will be, yes, anyone tell me? When x is equals to 6, what is the value of y from this relation?
7.
7.
7.
Okay. But why I have not taken that particular example 6, 7? Why I have not taken? See, I have taken only 5, 6. I have not taken the last one, that's 6, 7. Why?
Oh,
Because it's not in
element
set
of
A.
is only if
Yes, because in set A, I have only 6. I don't have 7. So if I take that 6, 7, that particular element 7 is not in A. So that's why I cannot take 6, 7. So I have to take up to 5, 6 only. Okay, is it clear? Now these are the elements of this particular relation R. Now come to our first question. First one is to depict this relation using an arrow diagram. Now for arrow diagram, see, this is the arrow diagram. So how to draw this diagram? It is very simple. See, the first set is A and the second set is also A. Why? Because our relation R is from set A to the same set A. So this is A, this is also A. Now the elements of A are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, this is also the same set. So obviously the elements will be also same. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now come to the elements of the relation R. Now 1 is somehow related with 2. So I have drawn one arrow from 1 to the set to the another set A to 2. So this arrow will represent our first order pair 1, 2. Next 2, 3. So this will represent 2, 3. Then 3, 4. So 3, 4. Then 4, 5 and last one is 5, 6. Okay, is it clear? This step clear how to draw the arrow? Just you have to mark the points. So 1, 2. So from 1 and 2, then 2 to 3, 3 to 4 and so on. Now there is one important thing. See, if you notice the first set, this point 6 is not related to any element from the second set. Because from 6 we have no any, we have not drawn any arrow to the second set, and this one from the second set, it is also not related to some elements of the first set. Okay. Now, from this arrow diagram, can you tell me the domain of R? So what is the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3,
3, 4,
4
5.
and 5? Because domain is the collection of the elements which are in the first positions of the ordered pair. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now what is the range of R? That means the second elements
2, 3, 5.
2,
2, 3, 4,
3,
5,
4,
6.
5 and 6. Now what is the codomain?
E, ma'am.
No, no, no.
1, 2,
Set
3,
B.
4, 5, 6.
Set B. That
Uh,
means the second set. Yes, it is correct. It is also A. So codomain is A. So here I have written, we can see that domain is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. That means the elements which are in the first positions of the ordered pair. Next, range is the elements which place in the second position of the ordered pair. That means 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And lastly, the codomain is the set A itself. So I have written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So is it clear that this example, is it clear from a particular example how to find domain, codomain and range? Is it clear?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, if I give you one example, so can you solve it by yourself? You can try. So I'm giving you one example. Suppose there is a relation R and the elements of this particular relation are 1, 3, then 2, 4, then 4, 6, 6, 8 and the last one is 8, 10. And the sets are A is equals to 1, 2, up to 10. So from this example you have to find now you have a relation to R. So the elements of R are 1, 3, 2, 4, 4, 6, 6, 8, 8, 10 and the set A is equals to 1, 2, 3 up to 10. So the R is from the set A to A. Now you have to find what is the domain, range and codomain of R. Now can you solve this?
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the domain?
1, 2, 4,
1, 2,
6, 8.
4, 6 and 8. Now what is the range?
3, 4, 6, 8, 10.
3, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Now what is the codomain?
Set E होना चाहिए.
3, 4, 6, 8.
What is the
Set A.
codomain?
Set,
Yes,
Set A.
set
set,
A. Set
yeah.
A itself. So I think all of you are clear about this concept, domain, codomain and range. Is it clear? So this type of
Ma'am.
okay. So this type of examples will come in your exam also, in MCQ also, this same type of examples. So Now, next one is, this is one more example. Set A whose elements are 1, 2, 3 and 5. There is another set B whose elements are 4, 6 and 9. Now you have to define a relation R from A to B by, see, this is the particular definition of R. The relation R is the collection of ordered pair xy such that the difference between x and y is odd. That means suppose you have taken an ordered pair like 1 and 4, and 1 and 4, what is the difference between x and y? 4 minus 1 is 3, so which is odd. But if you have taken 2 and 4, what is the difference between 2 and 4? It is 2, which is even, so you cannot take 2 and 4. So write R in the row star form. Row star form means you have to write the elements of this particular relation R. So how to solve this problem? Given A is equals to 1, 2, 3 and 5, and set B is equals to 4, 6 and 9. So next, the relation R from set A to set B by, this is the definition, that the difference between x and y is odd. So R is equals to, first element is 1, 4. So if I select 1 from A, then 1, 4. Next 1, 6. Can I include 1, 6 according to this
Yes.
definition?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Yes.
So
Yes.
1,
Can.
6. Next, can I include 1, 9? 1, 9?
No.
No, because the difference will be 8, which is an even number. So 1 is gone. Next, come to the second point. From set A, it is 2. So first will be 2, 4. Can I include 2, 4?
No.
No. Then 2, 6? No.
No,
No.
2, 9. Because,
2, 9.
yes, 9 minus 2 is 7, which is odd. Next, come to 3. Can I include 3, 1, 3, 4, 3 and 4? The difference of 3 and 4 is 1. So, yes, I can include 3, 4. Next, 3, 6. Can I include 3 and 6?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And 3, 9?
396. No, ma'am.
No. So, next,
No.
yes, 3, 9 I cannot include because the difference is 6. Now, next, come to 5. 5, 4. Can I include 5, 4?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. 5, 4, the difference is 1. And 5, 6, again the difference is 1. But 5 and 9, the difference will be 4. So that's why I cannot include 5 and 9. So these are the elements of that particular relation R, and these elements I have written in the roster form. That means directly I have written the elements. Now if I ask you this relation R, if this form is given, what is the name of this particular form?
Set builder form.
Yes, set
Builder
builder
form.
form. So set builder form, only the rule is given, but in the roster form the elements will be given. So see, these concepts are, I don't know whether you because this is a video class and I don't have that board and all, so for me also it is very difficult to give you this particular concept. See, these concepts are very easy, but that through this medium I don't know whether it is means clear to you or not. So that's why I'm taking some time to go. I'm going little bit slow. So are you clear about this concept? Can you solve this type of examples?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I think today I will stop here. So you go through the okay. I want to ask you something. If you want this PPTs, I can give you in our WhatsApp group. If you want this PPTs, so let me know whether from those first class I can give you. Okay, I'll share
Yes,
the
ma'am.
PPTs so that you can go through this PPTs. And also every after every class I have shared our this online class also. You can go through that class also if you have missed some concept, so it will be there. So today I will stop here. I will take your attendance. So you can do one thing. Just suppose your roll number is 1, you unmute and say roll number 1. Then you mute. Second will be second roll number. Roll number 2 will call roll number 2. Okay, in this way. Okay. So
Ma'am,
yes.
roll number 1 present.